Good morning. Okay, so thanks for joining me on my last vlog. If you missed it, please go check it out. I mean, if you want to. We talked about lead generation, client events, something else I feel like, but I don't remember at the moment. We talked about some video stuff. So today we have a long day, of course. So the reason that I have long days, because I mentioned that I don't believe in the American hustle culture. Hold on a second. My cat is messing with the plant. Hello, Willa, stop. Thank you. I don't believe in American hustle culture, or I try not to, although I do work a lot. And so that can be kind of confusing. But part of that is that I'm taking off 3 days a week, theoretically. Like last week, I didn't work on Friday. Did I work on Saturday? Yes, because I needed to do video stuff. Willa! Come here. Okay, so Willa is messing with the plant. So she came up here and she's very mad. So hustle culture sucks because it just, talks about like, oh, you have to work all these hours to make your business run. And I don't believe that's necessarily true. Although, did I put a lot of hours in at the very beginning of our business? Yes. I've been a real estate agent since 2016. And is it a lot of work? Absolutely. But the point of the story is that I work on systems, repeatable systems that help my business run, and I have leverage so that I don't have to work that much. Willa, what's wrong? So today we are going to be working on some video stuff as per usual, because if I don't get my edits to my editor, then they're taking off Thursday, I think, because it's Thanksgiving week, so who knows. Anyway, I need to get it done. And then we're also going to work on a couple of systems in Asana, which is a task system that I use. Willa! And we're also going to be doing a lot of CMAs for past clients, so people that have bought houses with us, that have been in their houses a few years, and it's their anniversary month. So November would be their anniversary month, and I do like a market analysis for them to show them the value of their house. I forgot to mention, I'm Marcie Billen. I am a real estate agent in Oklahoma. I am with Keller Williams, and I really appreciate you watching. Let's go. I just got through editing a video for my real estate channel. It's called Everything You Need to Know About Living in Oklahoma City or Moving to Oklahoma City or something like that. So I'm excited for that video because it's going to be a big one for sure, because that's a big search topic, and like I have a big audience. So that'll be amazing. So now I'm moving on to my tasks in Asana, and I'm building 2 systems. So I'm going to show you kind of how I'm going to do that. All right, let's go. So this is my list that I use in Asana. Basically everything that is not associated with another human, meaning like if something is associated to a buyer or a seller, then that task goes into my CRM or my contact relationship manager. And I use Engage More CRM for that. And then for Asana, so like I said, everything is like not associated to a human. So like a thank you note. I have an ongoing list of like thank you notes that I write, answering all of my texts in Engage More because I get texts through that system, completing all my follow-ups in Engage More. Like that just goes back to Engage More. I really love lists and I really love checking things off. It's really fun. Like it's the best. So what I need to do is make 2 systems in Asana that are like reset systems. And there's a reason that I want to do that, but let's set up some of the systems first. So the way that I'm setting up this template for my weekly reset is like by location. So things that I need to do in my office are going under this subheading. Now, if you use Asana and you're like, oh my gosh, she's doing this so terribly. I know. Like I haven't dug into like how to make this beautiful and like complicated, and I don't care. I want it to be simple and it works for me in this way. And I'll show you why in a second, like the order that I go through with all of my templates, but this works for me. And that's why I'm doing it this way. And I'm confident if it works for me, it's probably gonna work for somebody else too. But that's just me. All right, so I have a brain dump, which will be like all the different things that I need to get done, or like different ideas. And I might take this off because I do this literally all the time, but we'll see. Add social activities into calendar. I'm terrible about putting certain things into my calendar. So I have to do that. I have to think about like, oh, what are the social things that I have to do this week? Adding work time blocks into calendar. I don't usually do more than a couple of days at a time because my week can change very quickly. So, And then adding classes into calendar. By that, I mean like things in my office that I may want to do. And I go to our Facebook page to check that. But there may be other ones too, just depending on what my week is looking like. Other things like clean off desk. Yeah, that should be it, I think, for office, at least for now. So another section is going to be kitchen. So clean, coffee, bar. I always have like coffee grounds sitting everywhere in my coffee bar. Other things, refilling, vitamins, meds. So I put, like an old person, I put my, my vitamins and my medication like into this daily thing. That's all I'm going to add for now. Bathroom. Oops. So wipe down, counter, refill. No, I don't want to do that. I might have to come back to this too. Put things away in closet. So my closet is in my bathroom. So why am I doing this? You're like, what? This isn't a good system. Like, what does this have to do with anything? I've mentioned in some other videos that I do have pretty severe anxiety. Sometimes I feel really out of control if I don't have a list, and I'm not sure if this is healthy. Like maybe not. Sometimes I don't use the list, and I think that's okay. I think not holding myself to the list and, feeling okay with that is really important. Like if I mess up, like, oh, I didn't do the list this week. Is it the end of the world? Did I do it the other 3 weeks? Does that mean I'm not consistent? Like, no, missing it one time or missing it 3 times or only doing this once a month is still a lot of organization and a lot of help for my brain and my body, my mind to function and get through the next week. So we'll probably come back to this here in just a little bit to put some more things in, but that's my point behind this. And I have like a more restful weekend whenever I have something like this to work through. Time off is great, and like I wish that it wasn't structured, but it's so hard not to be structured. And honestly, I don't have very much fun if it's not structured. So one of the things that I have on my 135 or my GPS for this year is to have like new small habits that will help me have a better life, like live a better life, like feel better and be able to function better. And so one thing I'm working on right now is getting a walk in the sunshine before 10 o'clock every day, because this is supposed to help with your hormones whenever you're sleeping, because I don't fall asleep very easily. And so that's what I'm doing right now, is going on my morning walk with the dog. The morning passed very quickly, and since it is holiday week, Thanksgiving, I'm trying to have fun. Like having fun is a little bit tough for me sometimes because I do get very focused in on work. So I'm actually going to have lunch with Handsome and one of our friends who's a new build consultant. So we're going to eat Thai food. So let's go. Hey Siri, turn off all the lights.
Okay, done. All lights turned off.
back home from my haircut, which I love my hair. It looks so cute. She like put these curls in this time. And I'm about to start working on market analysis for a few people. And I know I have to deal with some repair list issues for a couple of properties. So that's what we're doing next. All right, so I kind of covered why we do the market analysis for people, that have purchased with us in the past or, basically have asked for one. So the way that I do this is I actually I have Jalen, which is my assistant, help me with the comparable properties for the market analysis. I look at it, I make adjustments if needed, come up with an estimate range, and then I go ahead and make a video for our clients. And so that video I do on Loom. So let's check that out. All right. So this market analysis system that I have in place is kind of new for me, but I really like it. I really like the way that I did this because I think it's a very personal touch for clients. I love making the video for them and telling them how much equity they've gained in the past few years. And to my understanding, they like watching it. And when I use Loom, that means that I can see when they've watched it, which is incredible because then I know that they've received it. I like that a lot. And almost always they watch it. They don't ignore this email because they want to know how much their property is worth. Okay, so here's what I do. So this is my MLS system. I'm sure if you're a realtor, you have something similar. So what I do is I have all of these CMAs here. And the one I'm going to work on today with you is this one. This is actually for a new build. So it was for a new build whenever they bought it. So we're going to edit. I need to see when they purchased this. There we go. So they purchased 2020. That's what I thought. So I just need to correct it here. I just got it wrong. Mistakes happen. So basically what happened was my virtual assistant. So I have a virtual assistant. You guys have met her in a previous video. Her name is Ella, and she puts all of these in for me. And so sometimes, things just get typed in wrong, and that's how it works. So then we just correct it whenever we find it. Okay. So Greenleaf Trail. So we're going to go back over here. So they've been in their house for 2 years. My CMAs. Going to roll down here to the Kims. So I'm going to edit CMA and we're going to just run through this and look at these solds. So the way mine works is I have all these pages. I leave half of them in there. Just, I pick whatever I want. And then I have the subject property. So you're going to edit out. So one of the main things I'm looking at here is the 2136, which is how big their house is. It's a really cute house. I love this modern design. And so the cover looks like this, which is fine. So these are my comparable properties. This is what I was looking for. So some of these I cannot use. I cannot use the springs. So, the way this works is I have Jalen, my assistant, put these in. And, she doesn't actually live here. She lives somewhere else. So she's remote as well. So both of my assistants are remote. So I just have to go in and kind of fix this. Okay. Plenty. Add from selected. Let's see how many we have now. Probably too many. So I'm going to get rid of some of these. It's okay to fix stuff. So these are the ones I'm going to use. Probably not all the best ones that I could use, but they're all really close to this one. And there's a way of knowing how much of our, anyway, this is what we're going to do. So I'm going to go over here to adjustments. Okay. Which theirs is a 3 with a study. And I think all of these are 2. All right. So we have a low of 286, a high of 367. So I'll be perfectly honest with you. I do check it against Zillow. often to see how wrong Zillow is, but sometimes they're not. Yeah, like they can be, especially in a neighborhood like this, it's easy to be right. So they bought it for $280. It is probably worth around $340. Yeah. Because that's what we come up with too. So these are the numbers. It's really, really big difference there. So I'm giving them an estimate range because of course they're not putting their house on the market right now. So they just need a range to like see how much their investment has grown since 2020. So I don't think the bottom on this one is 325. I think it's 330. And then the top is going to be 352 most likely, which it still is kind of a big range, but it all depends on like how the neighborhood's moving and things like that. And a lot of times people, in new neighborhoods, they don't like being next to construction. And so that would be a really cool thing about this house if they sold it, is that, the houses next to them aren't being constructed. They're already built. I walk by this house every single day. So yeah. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a video, which is coincidentally how I'm showing you guys how I do this. And I'm going to email it to this lovely couple to let them know what their investment might be worth today. And they'll probably send me a text or an email back. So it's a lot of fun. I like doing this. I think it's like 4:15. What time is it? Yeah, 4:15. I straight up hit a wall. Like I was like, I need to lay down for like 20 minutes. It's been an hour. I'm back now. I'm still extremely exhausted. So I wear this thing. It's an Amazon Halo. I guess it works like an Apple Watch, but I got one like without a screen because I hate screens on my wrist. Like, cause I don't want to be like interrupted with a text message or whatever, or a call, or I don't like it. Like, that's just me. And I don't like a wide band on my wrist either, cause I can get eczema. It hurts and itches. I have this rule that it measures my sleep and it gives me these points, right? So last night it gave me a 70, and like an 80 to an 85 is like a really good score, and a 70 is a pretty good score. So like anything below a 70, like the next night I'll sleep in, like that next morning. Not the night of the 70, but the very next night, to like keep up my sleep schedule. So I thought like I was good. I thought it was good because I got a 70, but I'm just really tired. And that happens sometimes. And so what I do is I listen to myself. So like I prioritize sleep, hands down, all the time, because I didn't used to. And I thought that that was healthy. And I learned that it's not for me. Like, do whatever you got to do, obviously, but it's not healthy for me. So I prioritize sleep. So if that means that I get to work less, then that's fine, because it's not worth dying prematurely. Okay, now that I've sufficiently rubbed the crap out of my eyes and worked most of the day, it is now 5:30 and I have yoga tonight. So I'm prepping to go to yoga, and it is hot yoga. So that will be fun. Maybe. I'm about to stop going to my studio just for a little bit, because it's been over 3 years and I'm ready to practice, I think, a little bit more on my own. Hopefully that'll be fun. But thank you for spending time with me today. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it.